Imagine waking up to the news, your phone buzzing with alerts, and every headline screaming about a seismic shift in the global economy. Overnight, the world's financial landscape has been transformed, and the rules of the game are being rewritten before our eyes. The economic map, once familiar and predictable, has just been redrawn. Countries that were once considered economic giants are now facing new challengers, and the balance of power is shifting in ways that few could have anticipated even a decade ago. For decades, Japan has been seen as Asia's powerhouse, a symbol of innovation and economic strength. It consistently ranked right behind the United States and China in global GDP tables, its cities bustling with commerce, its factories setting standards for efficiency and quality. Japan's influence shaped markets and inspired generations of entrepreneurs across the world. But now, a new player is about to steal that spot, India. With its rapidly growing population, booming tech sector, and a surge of young talent, India is poised to overtake Japan and become the world's third-largest economy. The global economic order is changing, and India is stepping confidently into the spotlight. To truly grasp why this shift is so significant, we need to take a step back and look at the bigger picture. The story of Asia's economic rise is not just about numbers or rankings. It's about decades of transformation, ambition, and resilience. Let's rewind the clock to the 1970s, a time when much of Asia was still finding its footing on the global stage. Back then, Japan stood out as a beacon of progress and innovation, while many neighboring countries were just beginning their journeys toward modernization. Since the 1970s, Japan has been the undisputed economic champion of Asia. Its rapid post-war recovery and relentless drive for excellence turned it into a global powerhouse, inspiring awe and even envy across the continent. For decades, Japan held the title of the world's third-largest economy, trailing only behind the United States and what was then the European Union. This achievement was not just a matter of pride for Japan, but a symbol of what was possible for the rest of Asia. Japan's reputation was built on the strength of its world-class industries: automobiles, consumer electronics, and robotics. These sectors didn't just fuel Japan's own prosperity, they set new standards for quality and innovation that rippled across the globe. The result was a standard of living that much of Asia could only dream of at the time. Japanese families enjoyed modern conveniences, vibrant city life, and a sense of security that was rare elsewhere in the region. This era set the stage for the dramatic changes and acceleration we see in Asia today. Now let's break down the numbers, because this isn't just about headlines, it's about math. So what's actually driving India's growth? It's not just luck, it's a mix of smart policy, a young workforce, and global trends that all line up in India's favor. Now let's flip the lens and look at Japan. Why is a country that once defined Asia's economic miracle now at risk of being overtaken? When an economy climbs the global rankings, the impact goes far beyond money. It reshapes diplomacy and power. That's exactly what India's rise is doing right now. India's economic leap doesn't just shuffle rankings on a chart. It shakes up how trade, energy, and supply chains are organized across the world. Numbers don't just change economies. They change how people feel about themselves and how the world sees them. That's why India overtaking Japan has a huge psychological dimension. Some people might shrug and say, it's just one country moving up a notch and another moving down. Why does it matter? But this change is far more significant than a simple swap in rankings. It's a reflection of deep, ongoing shifts in global economic power, innovation, and influence. As India's economy grows and Japan's position changes, the ripple effects will be felt not just in Asia, but around the world. For businesses, investors, and policymakers, this shift means new opportunities and new challenges. Companies may look to India for growth, while Japan could focus on innovation and technology to maintain its edge. Ultimately, this transition is a signal of where the global economy is heading in the 2030s, a world that's more interconnected, competitive, and shaped by emerging powers like India, alongside established ones like Japan. At first glance, this whole debate about India overtaking Japan might look like nothing more than a shuffle in the global rankings. But if we step back, it's about much more than numbers on a chart.